Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. This one is going to be a little bit different than my usual podcast episodes. I am going to be talking through my queue. My plans change quite often, but I have a couple things in here that I have had in my queue for forever and I'm planning to knit in 2023. So this is going to be a little bit of 2023 knitting plans video. And like I said, it's bound to change a lot. But I thought it would be fun to talk through everything I have planned. Yeah. Today I am wearing my Wild Posy jumper. In the last podcast episode, this was still a whip. I was still working on the sleeve, I believe. But now it is finished and it is blocked and washed, and I'm so happy with it. With this yarn, you can't really see the texture in it that well, but it's still a really lovely and cozy jumper, and it's so comfortable to wear. It's light but warm, and yeah, I am really happy with it. So yeah, it's the Wild Posy by Melody Hoffman, and the yarn I used is, oh god, I'm already having brain fog. The yarn I used is mohair tweed from Yarbo Select, and I got it from Edna. So yeah, during this video I will pop in any pattern pictures and names of designers and of the pattern over here. So it's going to be quite a bit of editing, but it should be fine. And I will also be linking everything that I mentioned down below, at least the patterns. I won't link the yarn because international stores and everything like that. Yeah. But yeah, I'll pop it all over here, and you can find the patterns down below as well. So I have a huge pile of yarn here, because all the plans that I have are for yarn that I have in my stash. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to adjust the angle a little bit. So that's better. I felt like there was a lot of space above me. Yeah, so I have my tablet here and I'm just going to be talking through my queue. My queue is not in a very specific order. It's just in what's been queued for the longest to what's been queued the shortest. So yeah, the standard order that Revelry does. I don't really do it like order by what I want to knit first. So I'm just going to start at the top, which has been queued since April 15 of 2022. And it is the coloring book Raglan by Amy Scher. So that picture and the name will be popped over here. And I'm planning to knit this in this yarn. And this is the cream cotton by Loops and Threads. Apparently it was a limited time only yarn. I got this through a yarn swap with the lovely Knit Crits, who also has a podcast, so I'll also be linking her down below. And this is cotton yarn from the US, and it's 87% cotton, 13% nylon. I'm trying to find the meterage. Over here. It's 150 grams ball and it is 296 meters. So I have two of the cream color and one of the lilac color. So the main color is going to be cream and then the stripes are going to be lilac. Yeah, that one might be a little spring knit or something like that because it's cotton. I think it will be quite lovely for when it's just about to get a little bit warmer, so you don't want to wear your woolies, but cotton jumper might be nice. So yeah, that is the first one. The second one, let's see what yarn, that one. The second one is the Nutcracker jumper by Fable Knitwear. I have been eyeing this jumper for forever. It has also been in my queue since April of 2022. I queued quite a couple of things back then apparently. And I'm planning to knit this in this really lovely color of Holst Super Soft. This is the colorway Rosebud. And I think it would be a really lovely classic jumper. It is a fingering weight jumper, so it would take a while. But again, maybe in the spring it would be really nice. A thin wool jumper. Yeah, or to knit on in summer because it's going to be really light. As Holst Super Soft has a lot of meters per 100 grams. Like this is a 50 gram ball and it has 278 meters. So you know it's going to be lovely and light. And the Nutcracker jumper, I think it's quite a classic but modern kind of style. And I love Fable knitwear, as you may know if you've watched my channel for a lot longer. So yeah, that is my second plan. Oh, in total, by the way, I have 14 plans, so we're going to be here for a little while. So plan number 3, I have a big cone for. This one. So this is going to be a Wool and Honey by Andrea Mowry, and this is a Holst Tights, which is 70% wool, 30% silk, and it feels softer and a little bit thicker than Holst Super Soft, but still definitely a fingering weight. And this is in the colorway Mustard. So it is this really, really lovely yellow, and I think this would just be perfect to knit a Wool and Honey in. I think last year, in 2021, I have started a Wool and Honey in a different yarn, but the gauge was just all over the place. It didn't fit right. Yeah, it wasn't a success. So I'm hoping that with a different yarn and, you know, knitting it a little bit later in my knitting life, those issues would be fixed, or I'll be able to fix them myself. If I still run into any issues with fit or gauge, yeah, I think the Wool and Honey is absolutely gorgeous, and I've been wanting it in my wardrobe for forever, but it's just not worked out quite yet. So this will definitely be a Wool and Honey. And then after that, this is far more than, I bought a 500 gram cone, but this is like a 600 gram cone. So after the Wool and Honey is done, I will weigh what I have left, which should be a lot. And I'll see, and I'll probably be able to make another garment out of it. So yeah, exciting. Okay, next up is something that I've also just been wanting to knit for forever. I am not sure if I grabbed the right mohair. But the next plan is the Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit. And this is a lovely textured jumper that has stripes of different textures. And I think it would be such a fun knit as you keep going. I think you will keep wanting to go up to the next section. Yeah, and I'm planning to change the neckline because it looks a bit weird in her pictures, I feel like, to just a normal 1x1 rib folded neckline. But yeah, that's the only change I'm planning to make. And the yarn I want to make it in. So I have these 2 yarns. This one is Mominoki, colorway Flamingo in, what is this? Rami silk. So this is 60% wool, 20% silk and 20% rami. And I'm wanting to hold that with Drops Kid silk. But I feel like I may have another shade of Drops Pink in my stash that I was planning to hold it with. Now I have this in my hand together in daylight. It looks like a bit of a weird combination. But otherwise I will swatch this up and see how it looks. I think it might be fine because sometimes when you pair a mohair with a different color or a different shade of the same color, it still looks absolutely gorgeous and you kind of get like a midway in between color of the two. So yeah, this will definitely need a swatch, but I'm hoping that it will look good and I can knit the Ingrid sweater out of it. Then I need this big bag of yarn. So this bag holds all of my Nutiden yarn. I bought Nutiden last year in 2021, and I had 500 grams of a grey color that I knit the what's it called, Favo sweater by Fiber Tales with. I have quite a lot of it left, and I have a couple, a whole bunch of just loose collars. So I'll just, oh god, it's all tangled. This is one. I won't be able to hold them all in frame. So we have a light green. I have no clue what these color names are. They're up on my Ravelry. And then we have this burgundy red. Then there is this really, really gorgeous dark green. Let me see. Then, whoop. There's just, I maybe should have untangled this before. Yeah, then this is the grey that I have. Still quite a lot of left. So what I'm planning to do is the Bjork Raglan by Liv Ulven. And then have this as the main color. It's a colorwork jumper. So I want to do this as the main color, and then the colorwork stripes. I think I would just like to alternate these two, but I have to look at the amount of the meterage that I'll need, and otherwise I'll add in the red. But I think it would be really lovely to just have it with these two, because these go together really well. Yeah, so that is my plan with Nutiden. I kind of enjoy knitting with it, but I like mindless knitting quite a lot, and yeah, with this you're just not able to do it. You have to be really careful, and I often, when I knit with normal yarn, I pull quite hard on the strand, and with this you cannot do that at all. So you really need to slow down, which I think would be good combined with a colorwork jumper. So yeah, we'll see when I cast that on. That is going to be a very warm jumper. I don't think I would be knitting it this winter, but maybe next winter. We will see. Then we have Plumetis. And Plumetis is a really, really lovely, airy, flowy jumper that is designed by Julie Knits in Paris. It is in the Pom Pom Quarterly issue 40 spring. And I am planning to knit this. So this jumper has a mohair body, but it has little fingering weight details, like a little collar, and the cuffs I think are fingering weight. So I want to knit that in this gorgeous combination. I saw this yarn at Stephen and Penelope, and I fell in love. This color is everything my little heart dreams of. So these are both West wool in the color Roswitha. I have no clue what that name is. Roswitha. I don't know. So this is their glow hair. And as you can see, it really does glow. Which is 72% mohair and 28% silk. And then this is their bicycle yarn, which is 10% tassel yarn. Tassel is an island. What we have at in the Netherlands, we have a couple little islands like over the top of the country, and Texel is one of those islands. And there is a sheep breed, that's the Texel sheep. So this is Texel yarn, 10% and 90% Falkland merino yarn. Plumetis, gorgeous pink. This will be a spring knit and otherwise my birthday knit. but I definitely want to knit this up this year. I bought this yarn specifically for this pattern, which I rarely buy yarn specifically for a pattern, but with these amounts of mohair and fingering weight, kind of losing my words today. Yeah, I needed to buy it specifically for this. So yeah, I'm really excited with that plan. Let me see. Oh, then I am planning to frog something and knit something else up from that yarn. So last year, it is inside out. Last year I knitted the Augustine's number 11. It is a dress, and I thought it would be amazing and warm and nice, and it is, but I never wear it. And I really like this yarn color, so I thought I would knit something else out of it. So this is the dress. And I've knit it a year ago and I've worn it exactly twice. So that is not enough. By far not enough. So I'm going to frock this, or at least partially. I will definitely frock the skirt. And I'm planning to knit the Affogato sweater by Tonje Hotne out of it. That is just going to be a cozy, oversized, I think it's a drop shoulder sweater. And I think that would be a better use of this yarn. As a sweater, I would probably wear it a lot more than as a dress, but it would still have the same level of coziness. So yeah, I think this one, well, I will look it up on my Ravelry what the yarns are. It's a drops yarn, like a thick drops yarn combined with drops kid silk. Let me see. So the thicker yarn is drops Andes in the colorway Minty Rose Mix, and the other one is drops kid silk in colorway number 4. And it has a lovely little mix of different shades of pink, and I really love that. So I'm excited to knit something from it that I would actually wear. I'm going to take a little break, a little water break, and I'll be back. So, I think we're not straight. So the next sweater that I want to knit is, I have already talked about it on my podcast for a little bit, but I thought I would just share it again. So it is the Le Pouf sweater by Beata Jezek. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing any of the names in this video wrong. I'm so sorry, I'm doing my best. And I'm knitting this pattern because I wanted to knit something that would take up quite a lot of my single skeins of yarn. So I created a little fade with it. Let me see. Let me grab all of the yarn out of the bag. Is this all? Yeah. I kind of forgot the order I put them in. I think it was something like this. I don't remember. But these are all the yarns. As you can see, I think Rebecca from the Creabea is the one that does the drapiness test by how floppy the skeins are. I think these would qualify as drapey. So yeah, there we go. Now you can see all of the colors. This is going to be my Le Pouf. I may swap out 1 or 2 colors for something else, but this sweater is definitely going to get made because I think it's a really, really fun idea to be marling different fingering weight skeins and hold them together to a DK weight and a fun, colorful jumper out of that. I think I will see if I can swap this one out for something else, because everything else has like a pink in it, or a pink undertone, and this one just doesn't really fit in that well because it's more of a yellow undertone with the main color of the skein. But yeah, that is going to be a very, very fun project that I'm really looking forward to. I don't know when I'm going to get any of these plans on, but this is definitely something I want to knit and I want to have in my closet, and yeah, I think it would be really nice. Then the next one needs a bit of a yarn switch, because I got accepted for a test knit for Rebecca from the Crea Bea. I'm going to be test knitting her Lanark sweater, which is like the zipped sweater that she has been working on recently, and I'm really excited for that. But I wanted to do that in this yarn, held double. This is Holsteids in the colorway Seagull, if I remember correctly. Yes, Holsteids in the colorway Seagull. But with this held double, I just didn't really manage to get gauge. So I cast that on with Drops Soft Tweed, which is just a little bit thinner than Holsteids held double. And I managed to get gauge with that, and I have made a little start. So this is going to be my first 2023 knit. Today it's Thursday, so 1st of January is this Sunday. But I still have another jumper that I want to finish before I properly dive into it. But I just wanted to get it started to see how the yarn would knit up and if I made the right decision with the yarn. But this yarn I had originally planned, so the Drops Soft Tweed, I had originally planned to make another version of the Burrow cardigan by Fable Knitwear. I already have a pink version of that, but I wanted to make a grey one so it would be a bit more wearable and can go with more things. And I had that planned in the Drops Soft Tweed, but that will now be replaced by the Holst Tights. So it will still be a grey cardigan. This one is a little bit lighter than the Soft Tweed, but same idea. So yeah, that's going to be the Burrow cardigan in Holst Tights in the colorway Seagull. Then, we're not there yet. We're now at number 11 out of 14. So we are getting there, but we're not there yet. Then I have planned the Morel sweater by Fiber Tales. I nearly said Fable Knitwear. But by Fiber Tales. And that is a gorgeous, gorgeous textured and cabled sweater that looks very light and airy, because I think she has it in something that's a little bit similar to a merino, so a light fluffy, to a mohair, so a light fluffy yarn. But I'm planning to knit this in the Dutch Yarn Barn Organic Merino. And this is the colorway Magnolia Blossom. I got this on sale a while ago at Stephen and Penelope, but I've never knit it up. I did cake it all up, so it's ready to go. I just need to find the time to cast it on, and I have so many plans, as you know now. Yeah, I don't know when. But yeah, I have 900 meters of it, so I hope it's enough, but I think it should be. I tend to have too much yarn for my sweaters because I'm a small person, especially for a Dutch person. I'm only 1 meter 60. That is about 5'3", which for this part of Europe is very, very small. So usually I need to knit patterns a bit shorter, and I always have yarn left over. So I'm hoping that it will be fine. Then, next plan. So I've talked about before in my podcast that I wanted to knit a black cardigan that would go with everything, and it would be nice and warm. And first I thought I would knit the September jacket by Petite Knit, but I already own a version of that. And even though I do absolutely love it, um, I think it would just be more fun to be knitting a different pattern than one that I've already knit in the past. So I've been looking at patterns on Ravelry, and I found the Big Love by Anke Strik. And I want to knit that in this. So this is Jarbo Svensk Ull. It's pure Swedish wool yarn. It is 100 grams, it's 180 meters, so it's a worsted weight yarn. And I think it would be so lovely and warm and nice. And yeah, just a big hug. And that is what I wanted it to be. And something, it's a bit oversized, so you can just throw it on whatever you're wearing, even if you're already wearing a jumper. I think this one will go over it fine. So yeah, Big Love by Anke Strik in Jarbo Svensk Ull. Okay, next up. It is the second to last pattern I'm going to be talking about, and it is going to be knitting this. And I showed this in my last podcast as a acquisition. I absolutely am obsessed with this color. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I knew I wanted to make something a little bit classic out of it that I would be able to wear a lot. And first I thought to make the, I forgot the name, but it's really beautifully intricate cable design. I'll put a picture up here with the name. I forgot the name, but I'll be able to find it on Ravelry easily because it's in my favorites. But I think I would love it more as the Cargill sweater by Rebecca Clow from the Creabea podcast. Because that one is just an all over texture, and it is quite a dark yarn, so I'm kind of afraid that the cables won't show up quite as nice, but an all over texture I think it would be absolutely fine for. And yeah, I think it would be a really gorgeous classic jumper that can just, yeah, I think it would be amazing. So this is Whole Super Soft in the colorway Cossack. So yeah, then the very last, we have arrived. Let me find the yarn. It's burrowed under all of the other yarn. So the last plan, I just planned this morning actually. So we went all the way back from April up to today, the last week of this year. And it is the first sweater by Lizzie Hester. This is a gorgeous, simple raglan sweater, but with texture in the sleeves, and I think it looks really, really nice and lovely. So what I'm planning to knit this with is completely new to me yarn, which I'm super excited to try out, and this was gifted by Edna. So this is the Istex Camp Garn. So this is not like Lopi. It's not like Let Lopi or Alafos Lopi or Ploot Lopi. It is none of those rustic woolly yarns. This is 100% merino from Istex, and it feels really, really nice and soft, and I think it's listed as a sport weight. The first sweater is a DK weight, but I think it would work up absolutely fine. I've been knitting quite a lot of sweaters recently with just a little bit of a lighter weight yarn than the pattern recommends, like this one. I think this yarn is officially a DK to light worsted, but this pattern is definitely a worsted weight pattern. But I'm just really in love with the light jumpers, so I think this will be really, really lovely. I wanted to knit a plain black cardigan that can go with anything. I would also really like to have a black classic sweater, like Young Folk Knits is now doing a bougie sweatshirt call. And yeah, I wanted a bougie sweatshirt in black. that can go with anything, and that would just be great. So yeah, it even says that is great for kids wear and embroidery. Well, I'm going to make myself a jumper out of it. So there it is. It's just black, not too special to look at, but it feels quite nice and soft and lovely. So those were all of my 2023 plans. There are a lot, and I don't think they will all be done in 2023, and there's a big chance some yarns are going to end up being a different pattern. But yeah, this is what I have planned at the moment. I am really looking forward to 2023. Looking at this list, I think I will have a great year of knitting with lots of fun patterns to knit up, lots of nice garments that I also really want in my wardrobe, but I also think that will be a lot of fun to knit. So I'm really looking forward to it. I also want to make a video of everything that I've knit in 2022. Getting confused by years a bit now. But that one will probably be done somewhere in January. I think next week I'm going to record another podcast episode because I'm off this week and I've been finishing a lot of projects and starting new ones, like the Lanark test knit that I will be talking more about then, and then maybe the week after I can do an It's of 2022 video. So I hope to see you then. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what is the, if you manage to come all the way to the end of this video, let me know what is the pattern you are most looking forward to knit in 2023. For me, I think it would be either the Ingrid sweater or the Plumetis. I think those are absolutely gorgeous patterns. And that will be a lot of fun to knit. So I will see you next time. Bye bye.